So this combines mindfulness and hypnosis. I'm going to talk about a concept that will hopefully unlock an understanding of mindfulness and help you to be more present, help you to let go of things. And at the end of the video will be a self-hypnosis exercise that you can use to let go of problems, let go of ruminating thoughts and feelings, and it'll hopefully also just bring in that ability to just become a bit more grounded, a bit more comfortable and safe and more positive. So do you waste your time with negative thoughts and feelings? A couple of days ago, I was driving and this guy cut me up, and as he did so, he was shouting out of his window at me. He was an angry man. And for a little while after that, I kept going back to it in my mind. I was annoyed and I just kept going back to the situation in my head. I kept having this ruminating thoughts about what I wanted to shout at him. And it was a waste of time, really, because as soon as that event had happened, I have no interest in chasing him down to say something to him. As soon as that event happened, any energy spent on it is a waste of time. So learning to let go of those things can just leave us in a better mood and just to get on with the stuff we want to get on with in our day. So I call this hot air ballooning. When you're in a hot air balloon, you fire up the burner and that heats the hot air balloon and that takes you off the ground. When we have an emotional situation or a negative repetitive thought, what happens is we have an emotional reaction to a situation or a thought, and that's like firing up the burner. We have feelings. Being alive, we have certain feelings, and that fires up like a fire. And if it doesn't express, or we don't let go of it, it goes up into the mind. And the mind is like the hot air balloon full of hot air of all these thoughts. But we don't have to do that. We can open the hot air balloon and let some of the air out. We can release some of that and let the balloon settle back down, land gently on the ground and feel more grounded. So one thing to think about this before we start is that we can get used to flying our hot air balloon. It can be a habit, and the feeling of like the hot air balloon lowering can feel a bit like something's missing. So if you're used to having an emotional feeling and some thoughts, and then the thoughts will create another emotional feeling, and then you'll have a thought, and then another negative thought will have another emotional feeling. That firing up of the emotions can be a little bit addictive. It can be a habit, and it might feel comfortable in some way. So we have to gently land the hot air balloon. Let the air out, the hot air out, and let it slowly land on the ground. And the other thing to bear in mind is we're not trying to get rid of this fire. Once we land the hot air balloon, we can have a campfire, some nice place in nature, and that represents the emotional energy in our body. We're always going to have emotions. We don't want to put out the fire. It's always going to be there, and we want to feel that. We want to feel alive. So the better thing to do would be to sit around this campfire, enjoying the feeling of warmth from it, because that's a feeling of being alive. And you're not using that hot air, you're not capturing the heat. The fire is just dissipating into the night sky. And it's beautiful, just letting that happen. The problem comes when we capture that energy in the hot air balloon, in the mind, and just keep ruminating on it. It makes us ungrounded and we just float off. So we learn to not do that. So let's give that a go. So just make yourself comfortable. Only do this when it is safe to do so. Because it involves relaxation and hypnosis, do not do this while you're driving or operating machinery. So get yourself comfortable, and you can do whatever feels comfortable for you. You don't have to close the eyes. You can leave the eyes open a little bit or close them. But if you leave them open, just let them stay really soft and relaxed. A lot of this is about just tuning into that feeling of relaxing the body and mind. So we're going to do some breath work, and then I'm going to invite you to imagine that you're flying this hot air balloon, and then we're going to land it, and we're going to sit by this campfire. the campfire of our emotions, and just enjoy the heat and the flames. So to begin with, we're going to tune into a certain type of breath that will help us let go of some of that heat from the hot air balloon. Let go of some of that hot air, let go of some of the thoughts from the mind. So just breathe in now, and breathing into the belly, a nice deep breath. Breathing in through the mouth, give it the sound. And with the exhale. So the inhale has a kind of a drawing in sound, and the exhale has a like a sigh or a wave crashing onto the beach. So as you breathe in, feel that in-breath has a coolness to it. It has a real refreshing, calm energy. It's a cool air. And the exhale has a warmer quality. It has energy in it that you can let go of. And as you breathe in and feel yourself breathing into the belly, and feel that rising up the body, up to the shoulders, up over the face to the top of the head. And with the exhale, let that go. And let the shoulders drop, the eyes relax, the jaw relaxes. And let the stomach relax, and the legs. So as you breathe in again, get that feeling of that cool air, as if it's cool mountain air, and it's got a rejuvenating, peaceful, cool quality to it. Breathe in, and as if it's filling the body and the mind and blowing out the cobwebs of thoughts. And when you exhale, it just sends out any of that energy as that warm air, as a sigh, draining out of the mind. So we're going to use that quality of the breath to let go of that hot air from the hot air balloon. And when that we open the top of the hot air balloon, the flaps at the top of the hot air balloon open to let the hot air out. It's like us sighing out or even yawning. So as you breathe in, breathing up to the top of the head, and with the exhale, a nice sigh out, and that's the hot air balloon emptying out. And as you're doing that, imagine this hot air balloon is gently lowering down and slowing down, gently moving towards a nice meadow, a beautiful meadow on a beautiful landscape. And continue letting go of that hot air, so breathing into the body, that cool air, into the mind, that refreshing air, and letting it go, releasing the hot air from the balloon. And the balloon is moving down slower and slower, gently, just about to touch the meadow, the grass on the meadow, it just touches there. And as the basket of the balloon makes contact, you can feel that as you'll just drop to the ground very gently, and you feel very grounded and held by the earth. And as you breathe in and out, you can just see the balloon just collapsing beside you next to the meadow. Just in the meadow, the balloon is just deflating. All those thoughts, negative thoughts, any effort, any trying, just leaving the balloon as it collapses down onto the grass. Letting go. And imagine now that you climb out of the basket of the balloon and you walk over to the meadow, and you see this campfire, this beautiful fire in the middle of the meadow, and as you walk towards it you can feel the nice heat from it. And this heat represents the fire of your emotions, the fire of your aliveness. And so you smile as you feel that heat, and as you see the flames flickering, because it's your aliveness. And just as you feel the heat of this beautiful fire just gently warming up your skin, your face, your hands. It's the same feeling as when you feel the emotions in the body just rising up and flowing through. So as the flames just lick upwards and dissipate, the heat dissipates into the night sky. You can just feel any emotions in your body just rising up from the stomach, the chest, and just expressing outwards, perhaps through a sigh or a yawn. Allowing you to let go of any needing to do anything with these energies. So just letting them gently rise up, gently dissipating to the night sky, just like the sigh or the exhale. So the inhale fills the body and mind with this cool, expansive, refreshing air. And the exhale lets go. And the flames moving up, the heat just rising gently up into the night sky. And we don't need to get rid of these emotions. We can just enjoy them. We can enjoy our aliveness as we enjoy this beautiful fire. And in fact, we can encourage them a little bit. So we can breathe in and imagine that we're blowing onto the bottom of the fire. Breathing in that cool air, and as you blow out, imagine you're blowing onto the fire and letting the flames of aliveness build up and the heat dissipating into the night sky. And you can feel that warmth on your skin. You can feel that beautiful feeling of heat as it rises and then it lowers and it feels cooler again. And then the heat rises and lowers. It's just beautiful watching it take its natural path. Just as the flames flicker upwards and dissipate, any emotions in the body just take their natural path. They rise up and express, even through a stretch, if you feel like stretching, or a yawn or a sigh, releasing that warm air, that heat outwards. And so these emotions keep you warm and make you feel alive and make you feel more grounded. This campfire on a beautiful meadow, bringing a beautiful warmth to your life. And so now you can start to take that with you. So we're going to slowly become a little bit more aware and awake, and opening the eyes a tiny bit if you haven't already done so. Just open them a tiny bit and just take this feeling, this connection with the emotional fire, the beauty of this warmth of being alive. So just as you open the eyes, just keep this connection. And as you breathe in, filling the whole body with that cool air up to the top of the mind, top of the head, blowing out the cobwebs, and then with the exhale, a letting go quality, allowing you to become more present, feeling more grounded, and allowing you to enjoy that aliveness of your emotions, of the feelings in the body, just letting them express outwards, taking their natural path with no resistance, just letting them go. And as you open the eyes more, maybe rubbing the face if that feels good, or having a stretch. And take that with you and practice that in your day. If you get those moments in your life where you are revisiting a situation or ruminating the same negative thoughts and it's wasting your time, just notice that. And then practice that exercise, breathing in that cool air, filling the whole of your being up to the top of your head. And as you exhale, relax the body and relax the mind. Let the thoughts leave through the breath, through a sigh. And let the flames flicker upwards with no disturbance. Let the emotions express through in a gentle, peaceful, natural way.